Welcome to Random Radio. I'm your host, David Bolander, and thanks for listening in. So, every week we discuss a random topic, whether from a listener like you or my choice. This week's topic happens to be New Year's. And don't forget that any opinions shared on the show are just that, opinions. And remember, if anybody says anything offensive, they don't mean to offend, they're just expressing their opinion. And with that out of the way, let's get on with the show. So, to start off this episode, I'd like to start talking about some of the goals we set during New Year's, also known as New Year's resolutions. Basically, we all fail at them, right? Miserably, which I'm going to get into here in a minute. But my recommendations for how to not fail miserably is a few things. One, set attainable goals, right? Don't make, like, if you try to set a goal like, I'm going to lose 150 pounds in 2 days or something like that, it's not going to happen, sorry. You need to make attainable, reachable goals that you can actually, legitimately attain. You also need to know the difference between a long-term goal and a short-term goal. So a long-term goal, at least in my life, and it's not a resolution that I'm setting or anything, but graduate high school would be one for me, personally. It's my end goal for this part of my life, basically. And a short-term goal is basically all those things that you do to get to that long-term goal. And so in my example of graduating high school, I need to enroll in classes, I need to participate and pay attention in classes, I need to pass all my classes, and then I need to make a senior project. That's a few of the short-term goals that I have for that example. And you also need to put in effort. And you need to put effort into your goals, otherwise they're not going to happen. And this also ties into you need motivation, right? Because if you're not motivated to do it, you're probably not going to do it, right? If you don't actually feel like doing it, you're probably not going to do it. My recommendations for motivation would be to set attainable goals, like I said earlier, and also give yourself goals to actually look forward to, right? Like if you're losing pounds or if you're losing weight over time, what I'd recommend is every however often, every few days, or not every few days, but every few pounds that you lose, take yourself out to eat or something. Well, that's probably a bad example, but you know what I mean. Like go shopping, go do something for yourself once you reach that goal. That's my recommendation for that, for your goals anyway. And we all fail our New Year's resolutions. It's a tradition. I'm pretty sure we all fail them within the first few weeks of January. It always happens, and it's super depressing, right? Not much we can do about it. There's not a ton we can do about it, other than push through and just kind of ignore it. I guess that's all that I can really think of, is just ignore the fact that you failed something and just keep moving on. And I'd recommend, to prevent those, do some of the things I said earlier, like make attainable goals, make long-term and short-term goals, put in the effort, make sure you stay motivated to do it, right? That's my recommendation, just to stop these annoying New Year's resolution failures. Yeah, that's my recommendation. And with that, let's move on to the commercial portion of this show. So, as you guys might have noticed, I actually have some new cover art that a good friend of mine made. I'm so grateful for this. He made this amazing image for us, and it's going to be the background of this video, as you guys on YouTube know. I'm also actually planning on, just on another note, I'm planning on selling some t-shirts in sometime in the future. I'm still working on it, but we'll see how things go. I'm also using a new recording setup, so sorry if the audio is a little bit weird, but I'm using a new setup. I'm still working on it. It's working so far, but we'll see how it ends up post-edit and everything. So over this last little bit, I've been having a major motivation loss just over Christmas break. Same thing happened over Thanksgiving break, if you watched that episode. Yeah, I've been having a major motivation loss just over the breaks, just because, I don't know, just depressing because I don't have anything else to do, maybe. I don't know, we'll see how things are. Last point that I want to cover in this commercial is just that if you I'm welcome to any ideas for like podcasting ideas that you guys want me to talk on, or if you guys even want to talk on the podcast, you guys can email me at randomradio246@gmail.com. Once again, that's randomradio246@gmail.com. And you guys can just email me, tell me whatever you guys want me to talk about, or whatever, if you guys ever want to talk, whatever you guys want, just feel free to email me. And with that, let's get back into the show. So everyone I know goes through the post-holiday blues, but that existential dread, that whatever you want to call it, the depression after New Year's, right? Because yeah, it's after Christmas, it's after New Year's, it's just yeah. One of the reasons why I think is because we all fail at least 3 of our New Year's resolutions that we start, which is why I've recently started just not writing New Year's resolutions, just because I know I'm gonna fail them, and so that then I don't have to feel that failure. But then I feel failure just because I didn't write any. But I don't know, and these these post holiday blues, they're just. I think that it's also because we know, especially for us in school, we know that it's coming onto the long haul, right? So before this, we've had a solid, or we didn't have the solid 3 months or solid 2 months of just straight schoolwork, right? Well, we did, but I don't know, it just doesn't feel the same. But after the holidays, the next thing is spring break, which is in 2 months, and then after that, it's the end of the year, right? And it's just work, 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 straight work all the way through that, and it's hard. And another thing is that I think that we all get depressed that rather than doing something special, then we're now just doing the usual stuff, right? At least I think so. That's what happens with me, is that I get kind of depressed that we're just doing the usual stuff. We're not doing anything special. We're not doing a holiday, nothing like that. It's kind of depressing, but I mean, not much we can do about it. It's not like we can make a new holiday, but I don't know what is there to celebrate in there, right? Another thing is, I swear, all your, or at least like 1 or 2 of your friends always say either they're going out on vacation or something right after the holidays, or they're moving or something like that. Something's going on with your friends, right? And that just makes us so depressed for some reason. I don't know why. Also, fun fact, there's a holiday that's not actually celebrated here in America, but it's called Blue Monday. It is the third Monday in January. It is statistically not, well, not statistically, they can't actually crunch numbers on this stuff, but it is quote unquote statistically the most depressing day of the year, apparently. Probably because it's right after New Year's. It's the formula that they created, and I say that in air quotes. It's the formula that they made. It has to do with like um, how much debt you're in, how many New Year's resolutions you've broken, how long it's been since we had coffee, stuff like that. Yeah, it's just post holiday blues suck. I have to say that. But New Year's in general, I think it's an amazing holiday. I just kind of wish that there were more of them, more holidays afterwards. But I don't know, not much I can do about it right now. But New Year's is a beautiful time of year. It's a beautiful time just to celebrate, to have a clean slate, I think, right? Like, if you think to yourself, like, man, this is all the bad stuff I did last year, then you can think to yourself, okay, this is what I can do to make things better next year, right? At least I think so. Maybe that's just a me thing. I think that it's just like that. I don't know. New Year's is just a really cool time of year for me. Like, yeah, there are a few bad things that happen because of it, but overall, it's not bad. I have to admit, it's a pretty good holiday. And with that, I'm David Bolander, and this was Random Radio signing off. And we are here to wish you a happy New Year's and hope that you had a Merry Christmas.